How's your morning? Blueberry cobbler break. I'll take some blueberry cobbler. Where are you guys at? Is it night? Is it morning? It's night for me. It's 9 o'clock. I don't know why I'm starting a live at 9 o'clock, but here we are, motherfuckers. What's up, Bree? What's up, guys? Welcome. It's nice to have you. Come on in. We're having a nice vibe. Possible nip slip, you never know. Hang out. Could be a thing. Anything is possible on these lives, you know that. 12 a.m. Yeah, we embrace all things here. Is this not pretty enough for you? It was so pretty. I even got flowers, look. If I could have one last message to the world, what would you say? Oh, just do whatever the fuck you want. And make it mean something, you know? Because when you do whatever the fuck you want, you figure out that you only really want to do nice things. Because that's what feels good, and that's really what you want. And then you end up just being good to people because you're being good to yourself. You might be confused for a little while and think that doing whatever the fuck you want means, like, you know, go do some self-destructive behaviors, but you learn that that's not what you actually want. So do whatever the fuck you want. I don't know Jesse's girl. Your little chubbies can play guitar. Look at my chubbies. They are not long, they're slightly chubby. What's going on in your world, guys? Say cheese, Jay. Jesus. Cheese, Jay? I mean, I'm into it. I had some cheese today. Delicious. You guys know what I brought? Oh, heart. I brought some fancy booch. What's the best way to empathize the positive and eliminate the negative? I was just talking to Sarah. Oh, I love Sarah. She's such a doll. My lovely Sarah. She makes me feel so good. Okay, we're talking about, what are you talking about? Ooh, 75 degrees. Nice, Chris. Nice, that's good. What's the best way? West positive and eliminate the negative. You don't eliminate the negative. Don't do that. The negative's always there. The negative highlights the beauty. You just say, ah, look at this. Look at this negative here. How are you going to eliminate the negative? To eliminate the negative is to eliminate the beauty. How would you know what beauty is without pain? Think about that one for a minute. The spice must flow. I shit you not. Listen to me. Sarah and I were talking about fear and stuff, you know? Because we both had like kind of narcissistic partners before in marriage. And Sarah had a little fear. I had a little fear today come up. Some stuff, some old pattern stuff. And I was like, that's not who Sarah is. I had some money stuff come up because we've been working really hard, and Sarah's been working really hard to book appointments for Emotional Alchemy, and I've been working really hard doing them, and I bought a new e-bike, which was expensive, because my old one was shitting out on me. And that's how I get around town. I don't like intentionally take an e-bike everywhere, even when I'm grocery shopping and stuff. And I had this old fear come up because my ex was really like just had some weird money issue things. And even when I made good money, she just never, was always like not enough kind of thing. And I had these fears come up. And I was like, Sarah's gonna judge me. Even though, thank you. Even though I knew that she wasn't, and she was happy for me and getting this new e-bike. Got a Super 73, baby. An S1, it's pretty sick. It's like a little cafe racer. And I just consciously was like, no, I will not fear. Like, I know Sarah. And this is an old energetic pattern that I hold. This is an old emotion. This is an old conditioning. And it's not who Sarah is, and I rejected it. And sure enough, she was having some fears today too. So we were just talking about that. And we have these old fears come up from relationships. You ever had that? You get in a new relationship and it feels like the old relationship because that's how you used to feel? Sucks. Yo guys, what's up? Programming. Russ knows what's up. Thanks for the sunglasses. Do you happen to have tips on detachment in relationships? Bria, you got to detach in your relationship? What's going on here? I like to consider that every relationship is temporary. Every one of them. We're all going to die eventually. We're all going to lose that relationship, that element of ego that we say, this completes me. So I keep that in mind. And if I ever get very attached in an unhealthy way, I may even imagine the death of the other, which sucks. But it helps me appreciate the other. And say, I will give in love in this relationship. And I will be there and enjoy every moment of it. Because love, something Sarah taught me, is only a give or a receive in gratitude. Anything else is a judgment. To say you need to be something else other than you are is a judgment. You have to do something different to show me love is a judgment. And when you only give, you have a practice of only a give. Open-handed, here I am for you. And the other person has a practice of, I received that love. Thank you. I'm so grateful for you. And you eliminate any judgment of saying you have to be another way. All you do is get closer, and you end up melding into this beautiful way of this non-attached freedom. Feels nice, guys. Feels real fucking nice. You know what I'm saying? Real nice. In fact, I'm even drinking love tea tonight. You see that? It's puka shit. It's delicious. Oh, it's so good. It's got some roses in it. Yep. You sound pretty blessed, man. I'm happy. I am, truly. It's wild. I got to a state of, I understand it's temporary, but that's hard to apply to your children. I know. I have 2 of them. They could die at any moment. I could die at any moment. Keep a little perspective on life. And you can enjoy all the beauty. The moments mean more. Oh, I'm so in love. Chris, you have no idea. Sarah's... If you listen, you guys should sign up for an emotional alchemy course or class or session. I can't even talk. I did 3 of them today and I'm blown. Just so you can talk to Sarah. Because she is... Who's talked to Sarah? Has anybody in here gotten the privilege of talking to Sarah? Because she is just like a healing force in this world. She is so in this like beautiful flow. She invites everybody to come visit. She talks to them for like 10 minutes. She's like, you should come hang out. And everyone's like, I want to come. And I'm like, yeah, come on over. You can like camp in my yard. It's fine. I'm very in love. We're in love together. Like we both are in love with life, with ourselves, with everything around us. And then we've come together in this state of love, and we're practicing a non-attached while being very attached. That's a weird thing. Does Sarah have a sister? She's got 2 brothers. Sorry, bro. Oh, man. Did you make any merch? I need your size. I've been thinking about it. You don't want to fall in love with... You can fall in love with Sarah. She'll love you. You just won't get to have rad sex with her like I do. Sucker. Oh, yeah, only a give and a receive in gratitude. That's it. That's all you can do in love, because anything else is a judgment. And that pushes people away. Oh, it's not weird, it's magical. Do you guys have any... I know you came for the nip slip. There might be one. But if you have any questions about love, I'll tell you the exact same thing I just told you. Guys, I'm a little sad, but not really, because I'm on my last fancy kombucha that I bought. You know what this is all about. Moroccan rose water. Chef crafted. You want to hear the buzzwords they put on the side? You ready for this? Bambucha. Bambucha. Oh, these are the big reasons. It says it right here. Big reasons. Organic. These fuckers in their marketing. Chef crafted. Vegan. This is vegan booch. Gluten free. Thanks, guys. Non-GMO. I should hope so if it's organic, you fuckers. Unpasteurized. Naturally fermented. Well balanced. Probiotic. Oh, it's brewed right here in Vista. Huh. That's neighbors. Can you believe these bastards? Like, they're just... I feel like they're predatory for the hippies. Like, the hippies go in the fancy grocery store and they look at those buzzwords and they go, oh, I'm going to ascend to the fifth dimension. You guys ready to ascend? Let's do it. Crack a cold one. Oh, did you see that? You got a little spritz. That's how you know it's good. Wait. We stand for big. I'm going to read this. Oh, God, these fuckers. Our chef founder, with over 20 years of international culinary experience brewing kombucha. No, it doesn't say that. Thoughtfully curates a combination of organic ingredients to create all of our delicious live and effervescent kombuchas intended to deliver big flavor, big taste, big smiles. I mean, I have been smiling thinking about this booch. Let's see if it's effervescent. It literally just smells like kombucha. But when you drink it, you can taste the Moroccan rose water pulsing through your veins. They stand for big prices. It's true. I bought those because they were on sale. They were still big prices because I bought them at Lazy Acres, and everything at Lazy Acres is fucking big prices, but when you ride an e-bike around buying groceries, you don't want to ride all the way over the hill on Encinitas Boulevard and go to Sprouts. Then when I went to Sprouts today, I went to get the e-bike today, it was near Sprouts, so I did stop there and buy some things that I didn't want to carry on the e-bike. Effervescence means it's bubbly. I know, can you believe these guys in their marketing gimmicks? There's more. You guys want to hear more? Some might call it hibiscus rose. Some might call this our lightest and most refined flavor. I definitely would call it that. I've only drank one other flavor, and I can't really remember what it tastes like because this one's so good. We call it an ode. Fuck these guys. I'm going to have to go read the Bible after this. We call it an ode to all things aromatic. A tart organic hibiscus and rose water infusion is brightened up with fresh lime and ginger. This flavor is great on its own or mixed with sparkling wine as a what the fuck's that word? A probiotic aperitif. APERITIF. This is something a chef would put on a can of kombucha, or a marketing team that preys on hippies. It's fucking delicious, though. Moroccan rose water. That's how you know it's real. All right. What are you guys talking about? Anything cool? Pure, potent, and purposeful. They are selling an experience. It is an experience in my mouth. I'm tempted to pour some in my pants just to, you know what I mean, have an experience. You'll see the bike. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's pretty cool. It's like a little cafe racer vibe. It is quite bright. Glad you noticed. Because hippies have so much money. I know, right? It's different in Encinitas, right? Like, I don't have a lot of money. I just have this guitar and some skateboards and an e-bike. The e-bike's the only nice. I have a nice computer because I used to do a lot of like design work and things like that. But I don't really have a lot of stuff. All my stuff is minimal. Notice I wear the exact same thing every day. I change my underwear every day and my socks. What do I do for work now? I do emotional alchemy. I meet with people and I help them through their bullshit. It's great. It's really fun, actually, honestly. You get to go in the hard places with people and help them walk through all the darkness of life. What we do in emotional alchemy sessions, though one of the sessions today was just kind of a coaching session, and it's a methodology to feel down deeply into your emotions, which are your subconscious. All of those negative self-stories and belief systems that have been either suppressed through synaptic pruning in your brain and or burnt out through, a trauma or something like that. Or those like relationship patterns like we were kind of talking about. You like feel some shit in a relationship and you end up feeling the same shit in the next relationship because you've learned a habit of emotions. So I just help people unpack that stuff, not through thinking about it, through feeling about it. Because you can get in there in your body and you can feel these negative sensations. And then I have a methodology of asking people some questions to get them to focus down into it. And when it hurts, you get an injection of cortisol. It opens up neuroplasticity. It's like a little mini mushroom trip. And you highly recommend doing a session. Chris, I also highly recommend doing a session. It's good. It's real good. Everyone has a breakthrough. I only ever had one gal that didn't have a breakthrough, and all she wanted was an answer like, should I leave my husband? And I was like, this is not my job. I don't get paid enough for this shit. I'm just going to help you unpack your trauma. Synaptic pruning. What a neat phrase. Yeah, here's what synaptic pruning is. You guys ready for this? It's a thing that happens. You can see this happen in brain labs and studies and stuff. It's during your REM cycles of sleep, right? During your REM cycles of sleep, your brain is sorting everything out. It's like sorting all the bullshit. It's doing the filing. It's like the admin, come out. The bookkeepers. Boring, And they come there and they go, okay, this memory goes here and this memory goes here. They can see it in brain labs where they hook people up. Wait, do you have any books similar to what you'd get into? Man, all of them. All of them. Yeah, the bean counters and your brain bean counters. People ask me that all the time, and I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, I guess if you read a couple good books on trauma. Peter Levine's work is fantastic. Bessel van der Kolk's work is fantastic. Books on like living in a beautiful way of flow. Michael Singer, Surrender Experiment, Untethered Soul. Any of Ram Dass's teachings, he doesn't teach you anything. He just embodies love and shows you that, which is a true guru move. Eckhart Tolle. What's the name of that book? I literally have two of them on the shelf, but my brain's fried right now. Hey, what's up, Patrick? I can't tell you like the exact methodology. Somatic experiencing, which is Peter Levine's stuff, is similar to the stuff I do. Sadhguru is pretty great. He's fun. Untethered Soul is fantastic. Such a good book. So my own philosophies are my own. They're just kind of this like, I read a lot of stuff and spent like 3 years just sort of in solitude and riding a one-wheel, honestly. Riding a one-wheel really helped me to control my nervous system and live in the moment and to really feel things. Because when you're riding a one-wheel, like the way Daniel likes to ride things, it's dangerous. Like truly. Like I've been fucked over 4 different times. This is why I ride an e-bike, because grinding into the asphalt onto your head and shoulder at 25 miles an hour is just, it sucks. I can't even tell you how much it sucks. It's like, the last time I did it, I got up, my Achilles tendon was almost severed because the thing hit it so hard. I was, like 25% of all my skin had been removed. I was so mad. I was just like, damn, you fucking did it again. And I got up and I was like, I knew I could probably make it back to my house before the shock really hit or like wore off. And there were some people out in the street where I had crashed and rolled right in the middle of the road, just no shirt. Of course I didn't have a shirt on, like a fucking idiot. And I just ground myself up so bad. Like my back was tore up. I couldn't even put Band-Aids on it. It was just like the wing bone things, those were ground off, And I got up and I was so mad, and someone was like, "Are you okay?" I was covered in blood. And I was so mad that I was like, I'll be fine. And I was stomped off, got back on my one wheel and rode home. And then I usually, every time I wreck, like have a nasty one, I always try to like meditate, just check in with my body, like just sit and be like, okay, body, what's broken? Like, let's see what's up. Do I have to go to the emergency room? I've never gone to the emergency room. I just walk it off. I broke my collarbone. I walked that one off. That sucked. So I try to do this little practice of like really checking in with my body and like controlling the pain, because it hurts. I'm telling you, it's a fuck show. But that last one, I went, sat on my little rug to meditate, and I couldn't even stay upright. I just ended up curled up in a ball, blood everywhere, and I was just like, oh, I couldn't do it. I could not control the pain. It was too much. So anyway, riding a one wheel, you learn to stay in your moment, because if you're being real aggressive about it, like somebody I know, you end up putting the nose into the ground because you're not paying attention to the pushback. It has a safety. Like, it's my fault every time I've wrecked. It's not the one wheel's fault. It has a safety mechanism called pushback, which gives you a little kick to let you know, hey, don't push it any farther, I'm going to dump you. And, you got your sage, guys? Everybody got some snake? Get your spiritual stuff out. Let's get spiritual. So with a one wheel, what's cool about it is it teaches you to live in the moment. And I put like 7,000 miles on 2 different XRs while I was like doing my kind of 3 years of solitude and healing and stuff. I would just be riding around, and you like have to be in a meditative state, because every bump on the road when you're riding on a one-wheel gyroscopically balanced death machine is your death if you're not in the moment, or at least grinds all your body off and breaks your bones. When you're going like 20 miles an hour, which you're really only supposed to go like 18, but I hit 27.3 miles an hour once down a hill. Don't ever do that. Like, don't fucking do that. It's fast, and if you fall, like, it's not good. Sniff your sage, everybody. You got some Nag Champa. Nice. Oh, you guys want to do a love spell tonight? Yeah? I'll do you a love spell. A love spell from the other day is still working. You guys can feel it out there. It's still wandering around in the quantum field. All the spirits of it. You know it is. You can feel it tingling in you. So, with a one wheel, yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to do it, I promise. With a one wheel, if you don't stay right in your moment, and I mean right in the moment, and relaxed as fuck, like parasympathetic nervous system only, no adrenaline. Like, you have to stay relaxed because you're on a gyroscopically balanced death machine. And if you hit a bump and you're tense and you're not present with your moment, it starts doing this. And then your nervous system tries to catch up, and that's called a speed wobble. And then it dumps you. And that's when you meet the asphalt. So you learn quick, like, stay in your moment. And if I look too far ahead from my moment, I'm definitely going to hit something and get fucked. So you don't look too far ahead. You just stay in your moment. And if you look around behind you to see what was going on back there, nope, you're fucked. You'll be in the asphalt. So you learn to stay in your moment, and you learn to relax your nervous system. So it was actually, though I was just riding around like an idiot, it was this really beautiful way to learn how to just be right in present with the moment. And the only times I ever crashed was when I lost my moment. The last one was I was trying to go to a dance party at the beach. I knew there would be a bunch of girls there dancing. The dancing girls always got me going fast. And so I made it eventually. I was a little ground up, but I made it, and I went and danced a little bit, but it hurt because the Achilles was almost cut in half. I was still in it though, you know, and I also needed someone to put Band-Aids on my back because I couldn't reach those spots. Not Band-Aids, more like large bandages. I had some hippies do some Reiki on me, and, you know, you do love the dance. It's great. Honestly, it's great. When there's music at sunset happening, everybody brings the Bluetooth speakers out, and the hippie gang meets up, and there's a bunch of beautiful women dancing. It's really fun to dance with them. So even if you're ground up badly, and I mean just absolute shit show of a grinder, you still go because you're dedicated, you know? You know you'd do the same. All right. Oh, man. I'm hurting today. Can I talk about court shots and benefits or... Court shots? And benefits? What you mentioned earlier. What the fuck is a court shot? Are we talking basketball? Are we talking sports? Because I never did the sports thing. I was just playing music and skateboarding and stuff, and I didn't really understand the sports. And anytime someone throws a ball to me, I'm always like, why would you do that? Explain this court shot spot. Oh, cortisol. Cortisol is a hormone that your endocrine system releases. It's a stress hormone, right? But it's like a learning event, too. It opens up your neuroplasticity a little bit in your brain. And so it's like when you touch the hot stove, you learn, oh, don't fucking touch the hot stove. You know, you get the stress, but it opens up the learning event. And so that's why it's good to sit with your pain and doing your work, like when you're uncomfortable with some bullshit. Not cortisol. And it just gives you a little injection in your system. And so when you're trying to figure out what's up with your traumas and bullshit, you get down in there in the pain and you let yourself feel it big time. Like you let it, like you build it in your body. Sometimes even when I was really processing some stuff through, I figured out if I smoked a little sativa, it would really get me a little anxious and like deeper into the pain. You know, you really get in there. I was just a glutton for punishment. Ow, fuck. But it heals your emotions if you're conscious about it. Because then you work past all your shit, you know? You see all the patterns in your life of the dumb stuff you've been doing to yourself. And you heal. And then you end up doing whatever I do. Living your life. Having a great time. Who put that there? Yeah, right? It's fucking bookcase. See, I told you I don't really have anything fancy or nice. It's just like an old wooden bookcase I got from, I don't even know where I got it. You guys want to see it? Hey, check this out. Whoops. Hold on. I thought I could tap this screen and it would turn around. Whatever. Thoughts on neurofeedback. I haven't done any neurofeedback. I'm working with one client who had been doing neurofeedback, and I think that it depends on who's like doing the neurofeedback, like the person, because if they're trying to make you change like your brainwaves and stuff, they're trying to make you change, and it's like a judgment. Oh, do different brainwaves. Don't have so many theta brainwaves, have some more alpha brainwaves. And it's like, I don't know. Like, we are the human experience. Let your brainwaves be. Let yourself be who you are. And learn to, like, accept that. You play neurofeedback like Jimi Hendrix. Okay, what do you want me to play? A song? I was playing a song. I don't actually know, like, other people's songs. Yeah, you can get a hug. Come here. Come here, you guys. It's coming. You ready? Open up. Bring it in. I love you. Oh, come here. Let's do another. You know what a really fun hug to do is with people? People that you like, and also people that smell good. Is you get in there real huggy like, just real in there. Get a good one going, like open that heart space up and just get in there. You know what I'm talking about? Like the people you really like to hug. And then when you do it, you take a big breath together. You just like sync up and just like you get in a little. That gets you some tingles. That'll activate your Hugolini energy big time. You'll tingle it up. It's called Hug Witchcraft. I'm going to teach us a class on Hug Witchcraft. You guys want to come? I really need to do an event here in Encinitas and have you guys all come and we'll hug a bunch. We'll teach you about stuff and we can go ride e-bikes around. I have a client coming in next week. I'm really excited. We're going to do a 2-day healing sesh. Got them set up in an Airbnb. I'm going to rent some e-bikes, take them out. You just really need some love. Really need some love, So Sarah and I are going to work with them for 2 days. And Sarah's going to do some cuddle sessions with him because he's just got a lot of wounds in the feminine. And that's okay. Sometimes it's hard, Maybe he's on here right now. You never know. But I'm really excited to have him come out. I'm looking forward to hanging out with him. He's just a really good dude. Like we all got some hurt, Everybody's got some hurt stuff. And sometimes when you're so hurt, it's hard to know what feels right again. And so to have somebody let you know what is good, like a big hug, can be very healing, You learn, it's like learning a new feeling. It's like kind of like mushrooms or something. Like you learn, like, oh my God, a new feeling. It's like you forget, or you didn't even know. I was working with a client today. Maybe he's on here, you never know. And he was like, I just never realized that about love. We're talking relationships and things, and like, you never realized that could even be a thing. And I was like, yeah, it's a thing. If you let it be. I'm glad we're refreshing. Because it's better, like inside of me, it feels really nice to be like this. Like I can be a total asshole. Trust me. Oh man, a real shit show. Got a big Taurus moon. My communication is in Aries. I could be just a real dick move, if you know what I mean. But what I realized is it doesn't feel good in me. It feels like I'm doing a dick move to myself. And so instead of that, I just learned to heal my emotions so I didn't care what you thought, and then I could just be anything I wanted. And then it's refreshing for other people. You see how it works? I'm going to like my own screen for that one. That's called self-love. Do I have a podcast? Yes. Yeah, I do have a podcast. It's called Life is a Thing. If you go to my profile, if you're not following this account and you're sitting here watching this hippie shit, drinking this fancy booch, you should definitely follow this account. Somebody send me likes. Yes, thank you for the likes. We did 50,000 likes last night. A couple people spraying their thumbs. Chris, I know you're probably hurting today, dude. Just lay off, man. Just give those thumbs a break. If you want, you could do your other fingers. If you don't have like severe burns on them from how tappy you got. But we hit 50,000 likes just for fun. It was like everybody was going for it, just really getting after it. I got after it too. I was loving it. Self-love, it's important. And we hit 50,000 just because. Gave me a little tingle. Oh, we're going to do a love spell. That's right. Let me get my paraphernalia. Good. The spell burned up. You guys want to see my paper lilies? What's up, Australia? I bought these for Sarah when she came over. I bought all these flowers. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 different bouquets of flowers around my house right now, just because why the fuck not? Like, look at these things. Ooh, they smell good. They're a little pokey, but they smell good. Ow, this one's really fucking pokey. They're kind of, like, you'd think maybe they'd be soft, but they're not. They're like, yeah, they do really smell nice. It's not like a big smell. They're not effervescent like that kombucha I'm drinking. Straw flowers, is that what they are? Not paper lilies. I'm sorry, straw flowers. They do feel like straw. Like, I wouldn't want to lay in a bed of those. Like, maybe I'd want to lay in a bed of rose petals, because rose petals seem a lot nicer than those. Okay, we're gonna do a love spell. Stop fucking around, you guys. I didn't steal Pauly Shore's look, but I appreciate the comment. I actually, when people were like, "What's up, Pauly Shore?" What did they call me, hippie Pauly Shore, or something like that, which I thought was great. I went up and looked up some Pauly Shore Encino Man just to remember, because I remember watching that as a kid. And I don't know, I mean, kind of, maybe a little bit of his vibe, just because of bright colors and kind of 80s-ish vibes, but I don't really resonate with that, you know? It's okay if you want to feel that way, but I don't believe it. Cyclops Farm grows and sells in Leucadia's farmers market. I love Cyclops Farms. That dude has the best flowers. I got some mums, chrysanthemums from him a couple weeks ago, and they lasted so long. They were awesome. They were just really beautiful. Luke is your homie? Is that his name? He has great flowers. Like, that man. If you guys want to know about really good flowers that are cool and not like the regular, like, stupid flowers. Not that any flowers are stupid. Don't take that to heart. Ranunculus. He's got the game on flowers. If you're ever in the Leucadia's farmers market on Sunday, Cyclops Farms. What's up, guys? We're going to do a love spell. It's called Life is a Thing. Oh, I was saying, if you go to my profile, there's a link tree in the bio, and you can just go on the linky stuff. And if you need help dealing with your emotions, and you would like somebody to help you with that, me or Sarah, who's coming on to do coaching, I'm so excited about that. You guys, if anybody needs some feminine energy love, like, my work is a little bit more like, all right, motherfuckers, like, let's deal with this shit, you know? Heal thine self. Get out of here. Not really, but you get the idea. Sarah's just, she's like a hug from an infinite mother. So if you have a mother wound and you need to know what like true, like, being held feels like to work through your stuff, I would highly recommend booking a session with Sarah, because she is a thing of love and beauty and amazing. So I would really, you know, yeah, you definitely want to meet her. She's great. I'm going to get her on some live. She's also just like a really busy mother, because she has her kids almost full time. They go to their fathers in Tennessee for breaks, and that's it. So she's like a busy mom who works full time. Like, she's a badass. And then she still's booking all this stuff. And then we're going to have her coming in full time doing that. So book those sessions with Sarah. I'm going to book a session with Sarah. We'll probably just end up making out and fucking all over the place, but right? So it's all good. You guys ready for a love spell? We're going to do some witchcraft. Those smell kind of nice. That part wasn't witchcraft. That was just me digging around in the bag. Blue? You want to do blue? We can do that. Chris, it's your choice. I have a whole box of witchcraft over here. What do you guys want? Nelly organized them into a rainbow. Vote. We got red, orange. You got a kind of another shade of orange, yellow. One fatty green left over. Blue, purple, pink, brown, gray, black, white. The world is yours. Heart color. Let's do rose. You guys want to do rose? Yeah, green is the heart chakra. Gray. Dylan's getting all cray over here. I like Dylan style. You're colorblind is all. We're doing a blue for Chris, all right? Let's come up with some. Chris really worked hard last night, and he can't see shit. He's colorblind. He worked hard for that. Those likes. He really was putting in the work. What are we gonna? What's our intent? Let's send out. Let's see what's. Yeah, it is throat chakra. In case you want to do hippie throat chakra stuff. Gray or orange, Dylan. You're Dylan Gray, right? Uncolorblind me. Okay, we're gonna send a little bit of uncolorblindness vibes tonight. We're gonna do a love spell, but it's gonna be different. All right. It's gonna be this. There's a thing. Every fucking client I work with, I shit you not, has a throat blockage of being able to speak their truth. And it always comes from, self, love, not believing in themselves. And there's almost always some sort of something will chase these feelings around, and there's always a blockage in the throat. There's always something. So that's kind of the end. Once you process the emotions, it's how are you bringing your truth to the world? Are you saying what you need to say? Are you communicating in love? Oh, that's what we're going to be, communicating in love. That's what we're going to do. Okay. I have to prepare the magic. We still got a little bit of green farts in there from other love spells. We're going to use the green farts to... There's still slime in here from when Nelly was experimenting. Oh, brat. All right. How many of you have a hard time, really speaking your truth? Saying what you need to say, but saying it in love. That's the thing. If you ever listen to that Ram Dass teaching when Maharaji was fucking with him, and every day when Ram Dass was at the whatever it was, where Maharaji was. And every day Maharaji would call him up. Come here. Ram Dass would go to him, touch his feet. And one day he'd be like, Ram Dass, speak the truth. And Ram Dass would be thinking about it. He said, what, am I a liar, Or am I not speaking the truth? And you have to think about that all day. That was the only teaching he got for the day. Then the next day, Maharaji would call him up. Oh, God, I love Maharaji. You just fuck with people. He'd be like, Ram Dass comes up. Ram Dass goes up. And tell him, love everybody. Ciao. Go away. I can hear this lecture in my head. I've listened to it so many times. Next day, Ram Dass. Speak the truth. Ram Dass is the fuck? He's getting pissed, It's a week of this. He's just this is the only lesson for the day. He's this white guy, from New York, Jewish upper class family kind of thing. That's in India, eating some dal and getting beat up by a guru in the best way. And so he wants answers, because he's driven. And Maharaji just knows exactly how to fuck with him, So it's love everybody. One day, speak the truth the next day. It's a really beautiful teaching, because if you're to love everybody and speak the truth, how do you do that? Well, I got something to say, Well, give me a second. How are you going to love everybody and say what's on your mind? That's what we call a conundrum. So you have to come to a place of ego disillusion to do that. You have to come to a place of saying, oh, I'm going to deal with my own shit. I'm going to deal with my own wounds. I'm going to deal with my own negative self-belief systems and bullshit and stuff. If I'm to love everybody, which love is acceptance. So if you accept everyone as is, and you don't see any negative in them because you've cleared it in yourself, and they are a mirror, then you can speak the truth. And the truth that you have to speak is only love. So, tonight, RC Rabbit, you're getting a follow for that one. Who are you? That's the spirit. Damn it. God, fucking TikTok, Jesus. I am you. Look at your nice little profile. I don't know who you are, but you are me. That hits deep, doesn't it? Doesn't that one hit deep? It took me a long time to figure that one out because Ram Dass doesn't explain it. He just fucks with all of us in his lecture, you know? He does like the same thing. He doesn't give you the answer. He just tells the story because he's a good guru. He just is it, you know? He embodies it while telling the story, and then you got to figure it out for yourself. And that's what I came up with anyway. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to learn to deal with our shit, kids. We're going to learn to heal our wounds. We are going to learn to give up all of those demands that everybody else validate us. You're going to do that. After this burns, you're going to be a different person. In fact, you're already a different person just hearing this shit. Witchcraft. All right, you motherfuckers. You listen to me. You are going to deal with your shit. You're going to drop all that stuff. You're like, oh, this person and that person. Because that's you feeling it in you. That is the mirror of other showing you what you have to let go of. You are going to clear that heart to throat chakra. So only love comes out of your mouth. And only love emanates from you. Because you have learned what truth is. Shamala hamala. There. You guys feeling it? You feeling the witchcraft? I know you are. That's going to burn. And all of that, all those spirits of that candle spirits, they're going to go into the quantum field. You're going to fuck your shit up and you're going to have to change your life and be happy. Suckers. That's what you get for hanging out here, bitches. All right, slightly warmer. It is slightly warmer in your room, and that's because it's slightly warmer in your heart. You've made it warmer. Let's dare. So how are all you guys? Everybody cool? What's going on in your lives? What's hurting? What are you stuck on? I may have some profound advice. I don't know. I'm tired. Totally grateful to be here. Yeah. You gotta just... Why would you do anything else but love yourself? Like, it just hurts you when you don't love yourself. You know? Here's how you do it. You just decide one day. You're like, I'm gonna just give up my shit. I'm gonna just be exactly who I want. And let me just recommend being love because... it just feels better, you know? Because anything that you're feeling is still your feeling based on your thought processes and perspective. You're doing it to yourself. It sucks. I know. I had to deal with that. But nature of the beast. So you decide one day that I'm going to live my life. You decide I'm going to do this in a beautiful way. I am going to arrive. Be arrived, right? And then anything that keeps you from that state of being, of embodied, of feeling it, is your work to do. So if you say, okay, do this right here in your heart. Feel this. Be like, I'm absolutely perfect. Did you do that? Like, say it to yourself. Like, really believe it. Be like, I am absolutely perfect in this moment. And then whatever that little voice is in your head that's like, no, you fucker. You're not perfect. That's your work to do. That's your wound. That's your shit you got to drop. That's your ego. See how easy it is? I'm going to try to come up with a little bit more comfort for myself here because, good Lord, I was sitting cross-legged for more than 5 hours today working with clients. It hurts me. Thank you for the rose, Becky. You sweet little thing. Tie-dye. Ooh. Tie-dye ice cream hippie me? I'm going to follow you. Follow me for the weirds. I love the weirds. I really do. Matt, what's up? I just followed you, Matt. Nice to meet you, brother. I have so many beverages around me. There's a theme. The love tea, the rose petal stuff. I bought it for Sarah because I love her dearly. And she likes rose petals and hibiscus. And I also bought this kombucha, big, organic, big kombucha. This isn't, I know it's a 12-ounce can, but this is like Texas kombucha inside, you know, it's big. There's probably a little alcohol in this kombucha. Not enough to put a percentage on it though, so. I find alcohol kind of gums my system up. It's like a nice poison every now and then. Like every now and then, I'll have a couple drinks. And it just helps me feel a little different. And I'm like, oh yeah. But if then I would do more than that, I'm just like, it's a poison. So you got to take it like, you know, like any medicine. Like, just be careful with the poison ones. You don't want to fuck yourself up. But society tells you that that's what you're supposed to do. Because society is a machine. It's got to keep working, you know? You got to pay your money to the man. So if you get yourself all fucked up, you don't pay attention, you know? You don't listen to your heart. And you just keep doing the same dumb thing you've been doing every day. You keep paying your money, you know? They love that. They love that shit. It's a good business model. We know what society can do to itself. Oh, hell yeah, we do. Look at us. Look at us go. It's a shit show. That's why you got to just stop paying attention to all of it and live your life. It makes your day better. I love that. I'm glad. I'm really glad. Because my day is always going really good. I mean, sometimes it's shit. I have a podcast, guys. If you go to my profile link, there's me talking about stuff on a podcast. I have an episode recorded now. It's been recorded for like a week and I haven't edited it. And there's even a guy, what is his name? Who's like, hey, let me help you with your podcast. I'm an audio editor. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And it's been so busy. And it's like, here's the problem. I'm trying to go skate, right? And have a good time. But I also just really love doing session work with people and healing people, helping them heal. And it's not me, it's you guys that heal. I can't do anything for you but model a new way of being, which is why you guys like watching the videos. I'm really glad it helped your anxiety. Really glad. So if you go to my profile link, I'm going to follow you guys. If you go to my profile, there's a little link tree there. Bam. I requested you private account with your little chihuahua. Look at this person. Helped with your anxiety. I just followed you. 2 private accounts in a row, you guys. Don't be all stingy like that, you know. The podcast is called Life is a Thing. I'll tell you a funny story about that. I was on a date with this gal. Leos are crazy, right? If you're a Leo, I love that. I love that crazy, But they really get some wildfire going on, They're a little fiery. And this gal, what's her name? Jyoti, means holy river. It's a river in India. And we were on a little date, right? On a little picnic, right? Did we make out at that Burning Man party before this date or after? I don't remember. Yeah, this was the second date. The first date. Let me tell you about the first date. It's way funnier than when the podcast happened. The Life is a Thing title. We were trying to link up, right? We met on Tinder. Trying to link up. And she's like, hey, my friends Dave and Siobhan are going to have this Burning Man party. Temple Burn party. It was the night of Temple Burn. It was before COVID. And maybe the year before it got canceled. And she's like, do you want to come to their party? And I was like, yes, I want to come to their party. Can I wear some furs? And she's like, yeah. So I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. And so we go to the Burning Man party. I did drink at that party. That was before I was a little bit the way I am now. Yeah, we'll talk about this story. And Leos are also horny little devils. Let me tell you, they get crazy. There's some wilding in there. And so we go to this party at Dave and Siobhan's house. And I'm still friends with Dave and Siobhan. I'm not friends with this gal anymore. Beautiful house in Carlsbad. Just fantastic. And I got the whole shebang out there, all the tasty snacks and stuff, and all the friends. And I show up at this party with maybe I was wearing some tights and a fuzzy vest, and that was it. Something like that. It's something ridiculous, because why not? And it turns out that 80% of the people at the party were not dressed up for Burning Man, but I was dressed up for Burning Man, and I'd never met any of these people, so I just had a great time. And what happened? There was definitely a lot of weed there. I was just blasted, honestly. We're pretty cooked. And Scout Jody and we ended up staying there. I wasn't driving home for nothing. I was like, I don't know you guys, but I'm sleeping on the couch, What's up? Because you're not driving home in that situation, right? And this cute little blonde chick, fiery little thing. So we were making out in the bathroom. What were we doing in there? Yeah, we were definitely making out in the bathroom. And then we ended up making out. We were just going to town on the couch. Everyone had left, and we were we're just sleeping here. And you think you're gonna get it crazy, but then you just end up falling asleep because you're so partied out. And I just woke up on some random person's couch the next day. And then I ended up leaving my salad bowl there because I was a good guest and I brought a delicious salad with me. And I forgot it there. And then I was joking, hey, I love you guys, so I forgot my salad bowl on purpose. And we're still friends to this day. So anyway, second date, I took her to this nice little park. Beautiful little park in North Park. I don't think it was actually North Park. I don't know what park North Park actually is, but it was in North Park. Tell me about any LSD experience. I'll tell you about that. Are there any cops here? You guys know the drill. Who knows the flavors of Gatorade? That's how I'll know if you're a cop or not. So I do a picnic, right? Because I'm a gentleman. Full picnic. Crackers and cheeses and stuff. It was a real nice blanket. Whole thing. And we get talking. And she broke rule number 1. She got triggered. And she couldn't get herself out of it. We were talking about things, and she found out that I had been a Christian. Oh, you had a best session with me last week. Oh, I'm following you. Okay. We'll talk about it. But there might be other cops, Coy. You know? All the cops in there. Coy, how was the session? Are you feeling good? Tell us all about it. You said video meetings are long. Oh, yes, Coy, yes. How did you get one for your niece or what? What's the plan? How do you not focus? I'm talking about a picnic here. Now we want to talk about LSD and how to not focus on what I want to manifest. Coy, how's the piloting going? You doing good? Is anything working out there? You need to text me and tell me. Oh yeah, and rule number one. So we're talking about our experience, and I had told her that I had been involved in Christianity, and she got super triggered by it. Real triggered up. And I was like, this isn't anything to do with me. I'm just telling you like my life experience. And she could not like get herself out of it. And she just really wrecked the whole date. It was a nice little picnic too. Probably had some olives. You never know what I brought to that picnic, but they're always good. And we're cruising back to the car. And she had gone from like super horny to really triggered up, right? And I'm like, you broke rule number one. Anyway, so we were walking back to the car. And I was like, she just wrecked it, right? Just wrecked it. And I was like, well, I'm like, you broke rule number one. She's like, all offended. She's like, what's rule number one? And I'm like, no triggers for 3 months. Like, anybody can keep their shit together for 3 months. Fake it, that they're a reasonable individual. Because everybody's like, oh, I'm easygoing, when you're, like, figuring out dates. And I was like, if you can't keep your shit together for 3 months, like, you're not stable enough for me. That's not my jam. And she was just really offended about it. And I was like, hey, life is a thing. And she was just like, ah. And I'm like, that's a great name for a podcast. So that's why the podcast is called Life is a Thing. Because, sometimes you get triggered up and you wreck a date and you don't get a third date. And life is a thing. So now there's a really great podcast called Life is a Thing if you guys look it up. It's actually pretty sweet. I really say a lot of nice things. I let everybody know how loved they are. I've had a couple people tell me that they fall asleep to it, which I took as a compliment because I'm just, it's like soothing. Look it up. Life is a Thing. Spotify and iTunes. I really liked the last episode called Why I Left Christianity. I really got into that one. I was blasting it. Just really if you need a little deprogramming from... Let's talk about church wounds, right? One of my clients today, we were doing this session, and he gave me permission to talk about this. I asked about it. We were doing our session. We feel into this blockage of him at work, right? This brilliant video editor guy. And he just has the hardest time he procrastinates and has the hardest time presenting the finished product, like doing web and video and creative stuff to his clients. And he's just like, it's so dumb. Like, I don't know why I have such a hard time with it. So we feel down into it, and we get to a story of him in college and having to present, and he's like terrified, this is his work. And then it's like, that's not the one. Let's go deeper. And we feel back into these stories of him in high school having and I was like, that's not the one. And then he's like, oh my gosh, he felt it as you do the emotional alchemy process. When you're in the pain portal, it opens up these old memories. And it went all the way back to him as a kid in the Assemblies of God, right? We're talking about the full Hakuna Matatas, Shamala Hamala, Shamalama Ding Dongs. Did my first 35 in the church, former preacher. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Jason, we're friends right now. I played guitar and worship as a hired gun, all the big churches in San Diego, the Rock, the Flood, Skyline. I was in the circuit. I saw all the backstages of the gross. Anyway, Yeah, definitely probably about 35 years in church. Yeah. We're friends now. And his wounds were from the feeling of he was going to get called up on stage to like have a demon delivered or something out of him. And he was like, what have I done? Like this feeling of a little kid. Like of being afraid of getting called up on stage because he was just like, I don't know what I've done. And then we traced it back a little farther, and it was the feelings of him as a little kid of playing in his room, and then all of a sudden not hearing his parents and being afraid that they had been raptured and that he didn't go with them. And these deep feeling of like self-judgment of like, what have I done? I've screwed it up. I didn't get raptured. I'm going to get called up in church, stuff like that. And he had established a feeling rut within his body of doing this that pervaded through his entire fucking life and was affecting him as a grown-ass man in his work now. And that's exactly how these like traumas and stuff work. And that's what we unpack in Emotional Alchemy sessions, kids. Sign on up. It's good. Sarah or I will treat you well. It was awful. But as soon as you clear that shit, you're free of it. And then it's just a little bit of setting a new habit and you don't have to feel it anymore. Like really, it opens up in the process and you're like free of these old ways of feeling and stuff. It's great. Grew up kind of Mormon and was married in a temple. Whoa. Okay, have you ever been to the San Diego temple? There's this big old one, real shiny, big old spiky things. Big spiky things, like all the things. And I remember as a kid, before they Mormonized it, and they did the full Mormon job, they let us go in and tour it. They didn't let us wear any of the holy underwear. But we got to go on field trips in there, and then after all of the peasants went on field trips to the temple, then they cleansed it and they shut it out for all. You're not allowed to go in there anymore unless you're extra Mormon. Yeah, the big one off the 5, you know what I'm talking about? It's crazy. It's some crazy shit. There's some. It looks like maybe what Mormons would think heaven looks like. You guys feeling that love spell up there? Are your throat chakras clearing? Because it's working. Why does everybody ask for Wonderwall? God, one second. It sounds like every church song. Check out the DC one. That one. You were married in that one? How'd it go? Is it still working? Yep, had to stand outside while my 19-year-old friend got married. God, this fucking Mormons. They get so wacky. I mean, I love you if you're a Mormon, but stop. Just stop. It's ridiculous. Never really Mormon like that. Just did it so I could get married for her fam. They let you in the temple? Did you have to wear holy underwear or anything like that? I think when you get really Mormon, you wear holy underwear. That's what I've heard. I've seen pictures of it online. Tell me if you've been heavily Mormonized, if you know about the holy underwear. You're not supposed to ever take it off, and you have to shower with it, and I guess you... From what I've heard is you put it on the ground and you stand on it because you're never allowed to not be touching the holy underwear, otherwise your dick falls off or something. And then as you like dry off, you keep a foot on it, little toe on the holy underwear, make sure you stay holy. And tell us stories, Chris. I mean, I'm making this up. I mean, I've read about it. Somebody told me about that. I don't know if it's true or not, but I believe it. God said it. I believe it. That settles it. Beautiful sounding guitar. Do I have a favorite riff or song? I've really been liking this one lately. I haven't made up any words for that one. Go live with Chris. Chris, how many followers do you have? Do you have 1,000 followers? Damn it, Chris, you have 96 followers. Everybody follow Chris so we can go live and talk about Mormonism. That'll be great. Everybody follow Chris right now. You guys see the guy? Go follow him. Follow. All of my 10 watchers right now, Chris, are going to follow you. Send a wishing bottle and a hand wave? Thank you. Let's get that energy out of here. Yeah, we got to cleanse this space. We'll do a Mormon cleanse on our next spell, okay? We'll cleanse the Mormon energy. Was anybody in any weird religious, kind of culty vibes? I worked at this camp, right? Indian Hills Camp out in Hamul for 14 years when I was in high school, volunteering, and then summer staff. I just kept doing it. And then I ended up working there full time for a little bit. I had a lot of cool stuff going on. It was a really cool kids camp. They did all the classic archery, and there was a bike track and a zip line, and I don't know, it was classic camp stuff. They had teepees and wagons. You had some Mormons try to force me to get baptized, and they would show up at my house. They were I'd Brie in a headlock, baptize her. It's that scene in Nacho Libre. I'm just a little concerned because you've not been baptized. God, that movie. When the fantasy has ended and all the children are gone. You get the Mormons out of here. Mormon vibes are gone. Tell us, you're going to SawCon? What the fuck's a SawCon? Help me out here. I don't know your lingo. You cool kids with your lingo. You're going to saw corn? I hope you're sawing corn this summer. That sounds fun. Anyway, I worked at this camp, and it was a good camp, but the camp director started working there when he was 18, right? And it was kind of a little Baptist-y, Sao Paulo. It's holy wood. Look at it. Look how holy it is. You see the spirits of this holy wood? That's a spirit right there. I'm filling my house with spirits. It's a wood spirit. Palo Santo. It does heal. I feel healed. I love it. Here's a good one to do. Check this out. If you're ever having a little sexy time, some little rub downs and stuff. Take the Palo Santo. Don't burn your partner, right? But over the naked skin, and just go where you could feel the heat. feels really cool, and just like gently around. Oh, this is going to be a nip slip tonight. I forgot about that. It feels amazing. It's like scary how good it feels. That's just a little pro tip. Just the tip, you know. Just the tip. Just to see how it feels. You should try it. Highly recommended. All right, I want to hear some stories about weird culty shit, guys. Come on. Cough them up. Who was in a cult? Oh, that camp I worked at, right? The camp director had worked there since he was 18 years old. He was like 40-something, right? Probably like my age when I was working there. And so he was just, like, the dude had no actual experience in actual life, you know? He had worked at the camp his whole life. He lived there. I mean, that's some... So it got a little inbred in the vibes. Everybody's like believing the same kind of vibes, and it's like it got real weird, you know. Actually, every single one of the deans, and I was one of the deans. They were like the RAs for the college staff, the ones they had the most programming and conditioning. They're all fucked up. Count therapy and stuff. I think I'm the only one that escaped with any kind of semblance of non-fuck it upness, but that's because I just did my work and got over the fuck it upness. So just be careful out there, guys. All right, we got culty things. Bree, did you get baptized or what? Are you a Mormon now? Bree, you tell the truth. What does it mean when someone is nice to you, but you feel a strange feeling with them? Ooh, like low key, they don't like you. Bree, I'm gonna just believe they baptized you. You know that I know the truth about you. All right. You got baptized. Don't lie to us, Bree. You don't gotta lie to kick it. It's fine. We accept you as you are, but I know you got baptized. You can feel people's vibes, you know? Like Bree sending me those death vibes. This is a space of love, Bree. Can't believe it. Yeah, you can feel people's vibes for sure. That's the thing. You gotta get real quiet with your own if you really want to like get some truth out of it. You gotta love people dearly, like love yourself to the point where it's not reflecting, but you can feel it. And it's always some kind of like, it's nothing about you. It doesn't have anything to do with you. It's always about them. It's always about, yeah, this is a safe space. I mean, I might call you guys some fuckers and things, but it's a safe kind of fuckery. It's always about them whenever anybody ever's vibing you. It's always their own, you know, stories, their own non-acceptance, their own judgment of themselves, you know. So they throw that out on you because they're feeling it in them. That's the mirror, you know. You fuckers. You know the rules. All right. I'm going to go to bed soon. That's the mirror, you know. You fuckers. You know the rules. All right. I'm going to go to bed soon, but let's transcend. You guys got your crystals? Everybody get your crystal. Check in once you have your crystal. Did you guys not bring a fucking crystal to the nip show? Oh, we're going to do a nip slip. You got sterilized? Oh, selenite, sorry. Hello, you. Love from Holland. Yes. Yeah, your remote will work. That's fine. Go get your crystals. And get your water. Hydrate, you know? Is hydrating? I've drank so many things tonight. I have tea, big kombucha. It's still, I got a little bit left. I'm going to get some more of this. I know it's stupid expensive, but it's really good. All right, everybody get your crystal. You can burn some burning stuff if you want. You can burn sage. You can burn Palo Santo. You can smoke some weed for all I care. It's fine. But get your damn crystals, right? Hold them up. Everybody hold them up like this. Are you doing it? And then give a snip. You're fucking transcended. Here's your nip slip. There it is. That's all you get. Don't freak out. I'm tired of shit, guys. It was a good day today. So anyway, if you are in emotional disrepair and or you just haven't figured out how to enjoy your life all the time, and or you don't know how to love yourself, or you have problems in relationships, yeah, you gotta get a crystal. Name it crystal. That'll be great. Or any of those things of life, you know, you're like, why isn't my life working the way I thought it was supposed to work? Hit me up. Go to the website thing, thedanieltyack.com. There's just a little contact form. It's nothing fancy. You can contact Sarah. Will get it. I get the email too, but I don't get involved in the booking part because I'll just fuck that up. I got skating to do. It's getting busier now because everybody's loving it. You're French. Hey, French. What's up? Let's be friends. Yo, 141. We're friends now. No bio. Come on, Frenchie. What's up? Jeez. I'm working with a woman in France, actually. When's her appointment? We're going to do a guided journey. Oh, I never told you about the LSD. That's okay. There's too many cops in there. We're going to do a guided journey remotely. It's going to be cool. So, I'm excited about that. But yeah, if you got any shit you got to work through, you can hit me up for some emotional alchemy. Becoming Kate knows there's cops here. Guys, follow Caitlin. See Becoming Kate right there, because we're gonna go live. She's one of my past clients, and she's awesome. And we're gonna talk about shit. Well, I'm gonna make you tell all the shit, Caitlin. All those big wounds and stuff we uncovered and unburied. You're gonna have to talk about it and be all vulnerable with everybody. You know that, right? Brenda's here. Yeah. So she's good. The gal that I'm working with, she's has some experience with psychedelics. And she's been on a microdose schedule, so she's not like a total rookie. And we're going to do a very distinct dosage for her. We're going to do it in a tea and Tyack it so it hits hard and fast. And then I'll be with her for about 2 hours during peak, and she processes. And then she's going to be doing her own self-care after that. So it's not going to be like a full session. Yeah, it's just a guided journey. Most of the time I'm just doing emotional alchemy sessions, which are like an hour and a half. And they're very much like a shroom trip, just without all the shrooms. You go into the pain portal. It's like kind of have a little bad trip for a second, feeling your shit. And then it opens up new thoughts and things. No, not LSD. She's going to do psilocybin. It's called Tacking it. If you add a little citrus to it, it hits harder. It metabolizes faster if you do it in a tea and not eating it. If you eat them, then it takes a little longer for them to metabolize, and the trip is longer. If you eat them with some food, then it takes even longer to metabolize, so it comes on a little more gentle, and then it's a longer thing because your body is metabolizing the psilocybin. But if you do it in a tea, then the psilocybin is like suspended in the tea-ness. And if you hit it with a little citrus, it's called Tacking it. And I don't know why it's called that, but it metabolizes much faster in your system. And so the trip hits harder and faster and doesn't last as long. So if you're going to be doing some dharmic work, some real soul searching, and you want to go right in, or if I'm going to be on a video call with you, I don't want to be on a video call with you for 8 hours, that would suck. I'm okay with it if you're like in my space and I can hold you and all the things. That's cool. Yeah, lemon ginger tea is a great way to do it. Caitlin highly recommends it. I paid her to say that. But no, Caitlin's a great, we did a bunch of sessions together. Caitlin, you really blasted through some stuff. You were like, you go watch Caitlin's videos she was putting out, and scroll back a few weeks and you'll see her energy change beautifully. I don't know, Jackie, how many grams you want? How deep you want to go? I paid her. Because it just depends on the kind of journey, and it also depends on the strain that you're with. You know, if you're just golden teachers, it's going to hit way different than if it's like penis envy or some albinos or all the different hybrid strains and stuff. You just, you know, they always give you what you need. They always give you what you need when you need it. So don't be scared, but be very afraid. Yeah, don't. I mean, if you want to just party with that stuff, you can, but it seems like, why not? Like, I don't do them rarely. And I stay in this state all the time because I learned how to do it. I learned how to just be in that beautiful space. And you can learn to do it in your body and then train your energetic channels and all your emotions to be in that state all the time. You can learn to unpack your shit. It's pretty good. Oh, somebody's about the medicine over here smiling. Who's this? Manby Medicine. Manby? I'm going to follow you. I don't know what you're all about. You don't have any videos. Where's your likes? What is this? Got some hippie logo there? Being all hippie-like? I love you guys. Yeah, Brenda, when are you gonna do a sesh, Brenda? Come on. Get in here. You've been hanging out for a while. You know the rules. Hey, thanks for the thing. What was that? A little lollipop or something? A mirror? Huh, look at that. Thank you. Oh, hell yeah, for mom issues. Love the mom issues. And also, if you got some mom issues and you need an example of what like beautiful mother love is, my lovely Sarah is also going to be doing coaching coming up this next month. And she's wonderful at it. And she's just the most gentle force. So if you do work with me, it's a little bit more in the masculine energy, just because that's kind of who I am. And if you do work with Sarah, or if you want to do work as a couple, maybe you want to learn how to like be in a space of love all the time, or you need to work on your relationship, like Sarah and I would love to do a couple session with you. That's one of the things we're going to be offering as well. So there's all kinds of ways to do it. Yeah, honestly, it's just any of the emotional stuff, because it's not like talk therapy. Like, I don't really give a shit. I mean, I do. I care about you. But it's not about the story. It's about the feelings under the story. The story is always a cover story. The story is always something that your brain put there to make sense of the way you've been feeling since your inception, since you got it passed down genetically from your parents, since you had some trauma when you were 4 or 8 or 10 or in high school, since you had some bullshit that you've been pushing down and got synoptically pruned out of your brain. Caitlin, you remember that one? Total synoptic pruning. We were talking about stuff in a session. She was like, oh yeah, that one. Like, holy shit. It's this big old thing. Totally forgot about it. Because synoptic pruning. If you don't think about it, it goes away. It's like studying for an exam. And yeah, it'll untangle everything. Not everything, but once, like Caitlin here, she's out running and doing her thing. Like, she learned to do it in herself, and now she knows how to do the method. Like, I don't want to work with you forever. I want to go skate, okay? Let's be real. I have priorities, and it's skating and hanging out with my kids. So I want you to learn how to do it and just go run off and be free. It's not a thing like talk therapy that you do for years and years. It's like, get out of my office, you know? I'm in San Diego area, Encinitas, but I do all videos, chats all the time. It's just like this. I can feel right into you. I feel what's going on in your body. All witchy like. I could like feel it before you feel it usually. And I'm like, you notice that little lump in your throat? And you're like, oh my God, I do. You notice that like cramp right there? Oh my God, yeah. It's kind of like that. Go check out Caitlin's. I mean, yeah, Becoming Kate right there. Go follow her. How many followers you got? Are you ready to go live yet, girl? We're going to do it. It's going to be great. 905. All right, all 40 of you, follow her 95 times. Okay? You can book a session. Just go to my website. Yeah, you're out of the office, girl. You're in Dana Point. You can come down and have a session in person. Like, I love doing in-person. That's what I was doing before all the TikTok blew up. In-session persons are great. Like, I totally dig them. Come to my little funky house and hang out. Hold on, somebody asked a question. Booking a session. Just go to danieltyack.com. It's my username. Pretty easy one. Or go to my profile where there's a link link tree with some shit in there, and you can book a session. It's literally just a contact form on my website. It's nothing fancy. I'll get the email. Sarah will get the email. Sarah will contact you. You be nice to my Sarah. She's so sweet. I had to yell at her a little bit. I was like, Sarah, listen to me. You're not allowed to talk to people for like an hour and a half. Like, your time is extremely valuable to me. Your time is extremely valuable to your children. Do not do a fucking hour and a half healing session before they pay for a healing session. And if you talk to Sarah for an hour, I'm going to come after you with her Venmo and you're going to send her money, okay? Because her time is extremely valuable. She's a single mother who works like full-time to support her children, okay? And she's such a gem that she'll talk to you for way too long. I yell at her. Oh, you went to a shopper center for a week? Oh, that sounds awesome. I have some stuff in there. He moved out of that place. This little box, a friend gave it to me when he was clearing out his offices there, and this little thing was my little incense box was something he had, one of his little goodies, and then I have something else. I think I have a little Kuan Yin. Yeah. I'm not gonna stand up and get her, but a little. Actually, you might be able to see her up there. No, you can't. She's sitting right there though. Came out of the shopper's office. It was a gift. That's a good gift. Breathing in, breathing out. I like this. I'm gonna follow you. Lisa, that's rad that you got that. That's really cool. Yeah, the Omni up there, that place is bougie as fuck. Sometimes it's easy and more comfortable to stay stuck in the revolving door of self-improvement. Yeah, we don't do that around here. It's just like, hey, thank you. You just get healed and you get the fuck out. Go be healed. You don't know how many sessions I end. I'm like, all right, you're healed. I'm like, just go fucking be it. You're done. Get over yourself. Live your life. That's why, if you want the mom gentle approach, you can call Sarah up. But we have a good time in my sessions too. It's great. I really love it, you guys. I did 3 of them today, and usually I only like to do 2 because it gets kind of heavy in me, and I have to go like clear my energy, and I feel all your shit, and I was feeling something in somebody's neck the other day, and it stuck in my neck, and I had to like roll my back out on a roller, and it's heavy sometimes. Like I feel everybody's emotions in me, all this big shit they're carrying, and I can take it. I like it. I mean, I don't like it, but I like helping. It brings me a lot of joy. But it does get heavy sometimes. One of my clients, man, he almost made me barf. We opened up his stuff and I was like, whoa, oh, bro, like just cool it down. Let's take it easy, you know? Like maybe not so heavy on the opening. Let's just gentle with yourself, all right? I feel like I'm very self-aware, but I can't move past the stuckness. Oh, get in here. We'll blast that shit open. It's fun. I tried to follow you, but your account's private, you dork. Why do you guys gotta be like that? Take a salt bath. Yeah, truly. I'll jump in the ocean sometime and do it. Yeah, I'll hold space for a journey on video as long as you're like not a rookie, as long as you're like already on the level. Like if I don't feel like you're on the level, we're gonna do some emotional alchemy sessions first before I go into that space with you, because that can be heavy, you know. And if you're not in my actual physical presence, I'm not gonna take on that responsibility. So that's well, just hit up my website if you want to talk about stuff. I love it. That's such a trip. You feel all this stuff. Yep. Just go to the website. Yeah, it's totally witchcraft. It's ridiculous. I don't know. Here's how I learned how to start feeling into people deeply, like feeling your emotions wherever you are. Sometimes when I lead meditations on here, I have to back off because I feel people out there getting really, like, stuff opening up, and I'm like, I don't know who's out there. Like, gotta be careful with the people. But I learned to feel other people's energies very distinctly by 2 things. One, hugging a lot of people. I was running this meditation group for a year and a half, and everybody that came in, I'd give them a big hug, just this big old hug. And I would go meditate first. Before everybody came, I'd get there all butt early and just clean the place up and like meditate for half an hour and just like do like a tantric exercise of bringing the energy up to heart space and Just be open. Just nothing of myself, none of my feelings, just being there. And then when I hugged everybody, I could feel people that were sad. I could feel people that were going through stuff. And I started to realize, like, I could kind of tell what they were feeling and, like, kind of their stories a little bit. I was like, oh, this isn't me, this is them. And then for, like, a whole summer, I did this experiment of, I would do psychedelics and go to the farmer's market because it was a fairly safe space. I'd be on, like, a full tab of acid or full trip, and I would just go to the farmer's market with everybody there and feeling everybody's energy around me, just being blasted wide open, and I learned to know exactly what mine was and exactly what yours was. So then when I tap in on a video call, I really feel it, like, in you, when I just get in the space and we go into a little guided meditation and do witchcraft and stuff, and then I feel, like, these blockages. I feel that where it's holding in the energy centers, and I help you walk through it. I mean, you know what that is. Sometimes it's vague. Sometimes if somebody doesn't, and it's up to the person that's in the session. It's up to the person to kind of open into it, like, to really want it, to be, okay, I'm going to, like, really get out of my head and, like, feel into it. And then I help you walk through these things, and then the emotional alchemy process is to identify these sensations, which are subconscious thoughts, these things that are not accessible through your alpha brainwaves. And then we start digging around in there, dig around in those, and then through using that pain portal, you end up opening up a little neuroplasticity, like a mushroom trip. So you go into, like, kind of a bad trip of the pain, real lightweight, and then you have these new thoughts and self-discoveries and revelations, and you heal yourself. Is the moon bright? I'm gonna go check it out after this. I feel everyone too. It's a curse sometimes. Yeah, no. It's not a curse. You got a gift. Just learn to deal with your shit. And then when you feel other people's shit, you won't mirror it. Clear that. Clear it in yourself. Learn to love yourself deeply. So then when you feel other people, you know that it's not you. And then you can be there for them because you are clear. That's the key. That is the key. Yeah, everybody has the ability to feel everybody else in the field. Everybody has the ability to tap into everything. You just have to get out of your head, of those alpha brain waves. You got to stop with all that business. Start with all this business. Voila. Witchcraft. Yep. I agree with that. Yep. All right, guys. It's 10:40. This has been a lot of fun. I also got to pee because I drank, like, a kombucha and some water and a bunch of tea. Yeah, it's silent witness thing. Yeah, totally. Oh, it's a whole new world. Sorry. Dude, my eyes are burning. Look at that. I'm getting all red. San Diego, Southern California. It's Encinitas. I love you too, Brenda. I'm glad you're here. It's like Encinitas is just this little beach town right above San Diego. It's a really great place to live. It's expensive as shit, but you pay for the sunshine. I have a teeny little house, teeny little thing, but I'm outside all the time, so it works out. I love it. It's really great. I got chickens in the yard. I live on a dirt road in Encinitas. I just manifested it. Okay, one last story, you guys. Check this one out. My life had totally fallen apart. I was in a house out in, like, East San Diego for, like, 10 years with my ex-wife and the kids and stuff, like, doing the house thing, And then my life blew up. Business crashed, the wife left, lost everything. I even blew a head gasket in my vehicle. It was a country song. My dog didn't die, though. He was an idiot, though. Like, it was the only thing that I would have been like, okay, Riley, I loved you, but it's okay. Still had to deal with him. I gave him to my mom because I could barely care for myself at that moment. And I moved up to Encinitas because I just needed to change of pace, and I had met this gal up here, and, you're just chasing tail when you don't know what your life is. And ended up getting in a house. It was the only thing I could pull off. It was a one single bedroom in a house with roommates after having lived in my own place for 10 years, like, that's a change of pace right there. A bunch of 30-year-old women. And I was like in this little 10 by 10 room with my kids and the match. I didn't even have a bed. I didn't even like take anything with me. I was like, I don't even want any of this stuff. Like it just reminds me of a painful marriage. And so we just had like mattresses on the floor and some boxes of shit, like zero furniture, like nothing. I didn't even have the presence of mind to like, I just brought some clothes. I was so blown out, just dead, like dead inside. And I landed in this house that I was like, and it was like the 2 hot weeks of summer, and we were on the side of the house that got hot, and it was just hot as fuck. We're like sweating in this little 10 by 10 room with my kids, and I was like, what am I doing with my life? Like, what has happened here? Like, this is not cool, you know? Just really a change of pace. We lived on 10 acres before that. Out in Humboldt. It was great. And I ended up, while I was like healing myself in that house, I ended up just learning how to love people. And I was like, did stuff like, you know what? This dishes stuff really bothers me. Because you're in there with like 4 other people, you know, just shit show. And so I just would start doing the dishes. And every dish I did, I'd be like, I love you, Michelle. I love you, Caitlin. You know, whatever, whoever was living there. And I just changed my attitude about it. And so by the time I was done doing everybody's dishes, I felt good inside. And all the dishes were done. So I was like, that's cool. And I kept doing stuff like that. And then it changed the whole culture of the house to be this like really nice family space. Like it turned into like a family for real. And they like, my kids were part of the family, and we had like house shows there. One of the gals had a band and she practiced there, and we'd do these house shows. It'd be like 80 people in the house. It was so fun. Oh, you walk the same path. Yeah, it's a fun one, huh? It's real great. Anyway, this whole house situation and the only problem with this house was the landlord was an absolute shit show. Like, she was really bad. I had my shower leaking so bad one time that I was upstairs it was a big old house, like 5,000 square foot thing with 5 bedrooms. And the hot water heater was like catty corner to my bedroom upstairs. And the shower was leaking so bad for like 2 weeks straight that there was hot water coming out of the shower, like pouring out. And we're like calling her like, Barbara, you got to fix this shit. And she's like, don't you touch it. You know, I was like, Barbara, I am going to fix this myself, and I'm going to charge you top dollar if you don't get a plumber in here right now. So it was stuff like that. They did it 3 times. They never fixed it. And then I finally did it myself, and I charged her, and it was fixed. But anyway, it was like she was a shit show. So 3 of the roommates wanted to get a smaller place up in Carlsbad, and they were like the friends. And then there was only one random roommate, so they were like the fam. So it was like the fam was breaking up, so that was a bummer. And when they left, Barbara didn't like me, the house owner, because I was like the bad cop, and Michelle was always the good cop. And we played this game with her to get her to do stuff where I was like, Barbara, I'm gonna fuck shit up, and Michelle's like, Barbara, you better do it, or Daniel's gonna fuck shit up. Like, everything's gonna be okay. Like, we totally worked her over just so she'd fix stuff. And so they all left, and it was just me. And then we got some new roommates in, and one of them was crazy as shit. I shit you not. She got so triggered up that she reported the house to something. I don't even know who you report a house to, right? She reported Barbara. I mean, the woman needed to be reported, but I liked living there, and I had a garage space, and it was all cool. And Barbara got mad at me about this, right? And so there was like this coup with these other roommates, because this one all new roommate, you know, I'm the only one that had been there for a long time. And I was like, all of a sudden my life was falling apart, and it was summer. I was like, my life's falling apart again? Like, give me a break here, universe. And it was summertime, and the rents were insane. Like, there's nowhere to rent, and I have 2 kids and a whole garage full of shit, and it's like, where am I going to go in this situation, you know? It was like a shit show again. But then I was like, oh, I've seen these shit shows before. I like this shit show because it always turns cool if you, like, let it be cool. And so I literally said, I was like, as soon as I realized, like, oh, this is just change, this is okay, I'm not going to freak out. So I didn't freak out, and I said out loud, I was like, well, guess I'm moving to Leucadia, which is like the rad area of Encinitas, which is like the little bougie, like, niche of the cool part of Encinitas, because that's where I wanted to go live, because I thought it'd be cool. And I told a couple people, I literally told 3 of my friends, I was like, listen, my house situation just went south. just keep an eye out for me. I'm going to hold out on this as long as I can because she'd even fucked up the lease. I wasn't on the lease. I was supposed to be on the lease, but I had been living there for 4 years. So I was like, I'm going to squat this bitch 1 more year and then it's mine. I was going to give Barbara shit because she was such a bitch. And ended up, I told some friends, and one gal was like, oh, I know a guy. And I was like running the meditation group thing, and everybody was cool with me. So she like did the bro deal thing and talked to this guy who had all these properties around Encinitas, but doesn't ever put them on the market because he only rents them to friends, kind of thing. And it was like a week later, I'm shaking this guy's hand for this little house. Never like signed a fucking thing. He was just like, I like you, son, kind of vibe. And ended up moving into this rad little house on a little dirt road and some old farm property with chickens wandering the yard. Like, and I'm like, can I build a shed in the backyard? He's like, yeah, no problem. Like for a garage shed. I mean, and it was way cheaper than it should have been. Way cheaper than it should be for this area. Like it was insane. And it was just straight up, the universe was like, all right, here you go. And all I was like, I didn't freak out about the hard one. And I just manifested what I wanted. It was like, I call it hard manifesting. I was like, nope, I'm doing this. Universe, I'm moving to Acadia. And the universe was like, all right, here you go. A week later. Didn't look at a single listing. Just, here you go, exactly what you need. It's better than I could have imagined, truly. And then the best part was, with Barbara, I was worried about getting my deposit back because she was a shit show. And so we had a little standoff. She hired a new property manager because she had been managing the property before. Like, yeah, right, she was. And this guy Craig comes in and he gets all hard on me. He's like sitting there at the table, like, we're gonna and I was like, listen, Craig, you're working for me now. He's like, no, I'm not. I was like, yes, you are. I was like, not a single person in this house is gonna pay rent unless you fix all this shit. I'm like, I'm holding the rent. I made everybody pay me rent. Anyway, long story short, they didn't get their rent, and they had to pay me like $2,000 to leave. I struck a deal with them. I was like, I'm not leaving until you take care of this shit. Like and I didn't have to clean up the house, didn't have to do a single thing. I just walked out with my stuff, and they had to give me $2,000. We met in the driveway. I think it was $2,000. Maybe it was like $20,000. It was enough to cover deposit here. We met in the driveway like some mafia deal, and I signed a paper, and he handed me a cashier's check, and I rode off on my e-bike like, see you guys. I was like, Karma's a bitch, huh? See you later. Anyway, that's what happens when you just let life happen. You don't freak out about the hard stuff. Like I try to tell you guys, like sometimes it seems like it's dumb, but it's all perspective. Yeah. Now you guys know the secret. It was great. It was so good. I couldn't have like, if I had tried to make that work out, never. Like how does, like a situation like they paid me to leave and there's all this random furniture in there. And Craig's like, he comes in there with his like couple people from the property management company, and I was sitting on the couch like just being an asshole, feet up on the coffee table. Like, hey guys. And he looks around, there's still furniture in there, and it was all this furniture that the other roommates had left because it was really a shit show. And I didn't leave it I didn't trash it or anything on purpose. It was just stuff got left by all these roommates because it was like this crazy kid. It was like such a sideways situation. I was just trying to live my life and be nice to people. And Craig comes in all hard, and he's like, this isn't what we agreed on. I was like, Craig, we agreed to meet. I was going to sign a paper. You were going to give me money. And he's like, who's going to clean up all this? He's like, who's going to take care of this? And I'm like, Craig, you're a property management company. This isn't your first rodeo, dude. Like, clean the shit up. Get your crew in here. And he's like, he was so mad. And I was just like, I don't care. Like, shut up and give me the money. I'll leave. And then they gave me the money and I left. So it was pretty great. Hard manifesting. You don't got to freak out when things go sideways. You have to put your perspective where you want it to go, and it goes there, because everything is perspective. All right? You guys get that? You picking this up? You picking up what I'm putting down? What the fuck is a SawCon? I don't know what that is. Uh, can you find love and understanding for Barbara? Yeah, absolutely. No, I totally got it. I was never trying to be a jerk to her at all. I was never trying to be I mean, we did play a little bit of good cop, bad cop, because she was like the worst. And we heard stories from the other neighbors about how she had screwed over other people that were living there, like, badly. Like, she was just really a horrible person. And really messed up everything. It was crazy. The only time she ever was prompt in dealing with something was when we had bees in the attic. And for whatever reason, she was really nice about that, and she got a live beekeeper to come and rescue the bees and not kill them. It was the only time she ever did anything cool. The rest of the time was like water's running for like a month. It's like molding the wall, and it was bad. Like, she was wild. And hey, thanks for the little heart swing thing. What's up? You just show up? Zach, you just show up, and I'm about to leave. Dude, it's 11 o'clock. Look at my eyes, are all burning. I've been looking at this screen all day doing appointments, and you just show up. You came for the nip slip, didn't you? Barbara does have a lot of pain. I was honestly like a good person to her. Paid the rent, took care of shit. She really tried to screw me over really hard. Like, she really was out for me. It didn't work out for her. Anyway, here you go. Nip slip. That's it. Good night. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Send good vibes to Barbara. She needs them. I don't know what she's doing with her life, for real. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. See you guys. Oh my gosh, I can't even turn the... I'm so tired, my fingers aren't working. Yeah, I remember when you did 50K hearts last night. Are you guys... God, I'm still here. I can't even move, I'm so tired. I have appointments tomorrow. Oh God, if I have one at like 8 in the morning, I'm going to be dead. No, I got to take care of my people, you guys. Okay, the spell's still burning up there. You guys are speaking your truth, throat chakra stuff. Remember that? Love everybody and tell the truth. Remember that lesson. Sweet Christ, Tommy. Oh my gosh, you guys. No, it makes me think thoughts like this. When you say stuff like that, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go to the bathroom real quick, and then I'll be back and hang out. But let's just do this tomorrow night, okay? What day is it today? Is it Monday or Tuesday? Somebody tell me real quick. I really have no idea. What day is it? It's Tuesday, right? I think it's a Tuesday. Someone help. Tuesday, I think. Okay. I will come on tomorrow night. I promise. Right? I'll try to get on. I got to check the schedule and see what Sarah's booked me. I'll try to get on like at 7 or something. Maybe? Yeah. I want to go to Sunset tomorrow night. I got a date with the Sunset. We're gonna make out. After Sunset, which is at like 6 o'clock-ish, I'll come back. And then we'll vibe hard. We'll do like a 3-hour banger, okay? Is that cool? But then my kids are here Thursday. And every time I put my kids on here, I end up getting banned, which is not cool. So, we got a little bit, Zach. We got a little bit of Love Fest in here. It's Tuesday, thank you. I got it. Tuesday. It's a Tuesday. Yeah. Meet you at sundown. I'll meet you guys. Maybe we'll do a live for Sunset, and then I'll come home, and we'll do a real big one. We'll do a big live vibes. We'll do a spell. What do you got? Okay, real quick. What do you guys want to do tomorrow night? You want to do a meditation? We could do a meditation. God, look at me. I'm dead. I'm going to pull something out tomorrow. I don't really know. Yeah, we're going to do 100,000 hearts tomorrow. We're going to do a super banger. I'm going to pull out something. Maybe I'll do like some magic tricks, okay? Is that cool? We'll do a meditation. I will do one magic trick for you. No more nip slips, so that's just for tonight. All right, I'm leaving. I love you guys. See you later.